Hello, everyone. Say hello, Davey.
Hello, everyone. Hope all's well.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm good. You must be good. You just come back from work.
I have.
And
It's always a pleasure to come home.
Yes, and spend some time with me rather than your wife
Yeah.
and your kids. And...
Well, I won't say yes to that, but yes.
Oh,
I'm joking.
It's a good job. There's no time to die.
I see what you did there.
Oh yeah. All right. But you must have better things to do than sit here with me watching a trailer.
It's not just a trailer, though. It's not just a trailer. It's something I've been really eager to see.
Now, this is something you are more excited about than me because I'm not really a massive Bond fan. But you,
I am a Bond fan. I've been a Bond fan since I was young. So any chance to see a Bond movie, especially in the big screen, it's a welcome time. So I'm excited to see Daniel Craig's final outing as arguably the greatest spy ever, James Bond. So yeah.
Anyway, so I'm not going to make you salivate any longer. I'm going to start the trailer. Are you ready?
I am ready, sir.
All right, let's go.
James, fate draws us back together. Ooh, now your enemy is my enemy. How did that happen?
He looks so cool, doesn't he?
Long enough.
Harder to tell the good from bad, villains from heroes these days.
We used to be able to get into a room with the enemy. Now they're just floating in the ether.
Nice. She still loves you. Did you know that? What is it?
I don't know what this is.
Oh.
I don't know her at all.
When her secret finds its way out.
Oh, I like it.
James Bond. We both eradicate people to make the world a better place.
Ooh.
I just want to be a little tidier.
I met you on Double O. She's a disarming.
I've seen her somewhere.
You ever flown one of these things before?
Nope.
Oh, God, imagine that. Oh,
wow.
September the 30th.
Yeah, really soon.
Where the hell are you? If we don't do this, there will be nothing left to save. When you're ready.
You're late.
Nice.
Can I just have one nice evening, please, before the world explodes?
Oh,
yes.
That's brilliant.
Yes, I'm excited again. I do love a good Bond movie, I've got to say. So I'm excited.
I don't need to autoplay. Hang on. How do you stop it? Oh, I don't know. So, I see what you mean. I mean, the thing about James Bond is the production values are always top notch.
Yes.
Tell me about your love for Bond first before we go into this. I mean, how long's it been? Do you always like it?
I've been a Bond fan since I was very young. It all started with seeing, obviously, the Sean Connery movies. He's, again, arguably the best Bond. That I have mixed opinions about my personal favourite Bond, but been watching him since I was young, right through from Connery through to, obviously, Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
I'm a lover of all the actors that have taken on the role. And like you say, it's the production value. They look amazing on screen. Yes, the plots are far-fetched. They usually are, crazy bad guys with world-dominating plans. Like exactly. They've always got a lair or henchman or whatever it might be.
Well, this guy, what's his name who plays the villain in this movie? Do you know the actor's name? I've seen him before. He was in Mr. Robot, was it?
He was in Mr. Robot, and he's in Bohemian Rhapsody. He played Freddie Mercury.
Freddie Mercury. Yes.
And for the life of me, I can't remember his name. But you know,
I should
it's him.
know these things.
Yes, you should. You're more of a movie buff than I am, but it's not.
Well, not
we're not here to
really, not
test each other's
really.
knowledge.
Not really.
Um,
I just like good spectacles. I like good movies, but actors' names they fly over my head until I'm really excited about them. You know.
I just think it's going to be a good one. As I say, it's Daniel Craig's last outing, so it's a nice.
Is it really?
bowing
This
out.
is the last one.
This is his last one. There's
All
already
right.
talk about who's going to replace him because he does interact with a lady in there who's also a 00 agent, so potentially passing the baton to a female spy lead.
Yeah,
But we don't know.
I think
We
there was
don't
a
know.
big blow up about that in the newspapers that she
There
was
was.
taking on the 007.
Yeah.
Which was the code name, which to me,
Correct.
I never knew the difference between Bond and 007. I thought they were both linked anyway. You know?
Yeah, that's just his actual name. Obviously, his name's James Bond, but his code name is 007, and that can be passed on to whoever.
Yeah, which
There's
makes
various
sense.
00s. So yeah, it makes sense to pass it on to a new person. Why should it be Bond that has the 007 title? Yes, he's a very much loved character. He's part of British and movie traditions for a long time.
Yeah.
But you know, as times change, so do characters and storylines and plots. So it seems inevitable that the lead spy will be taken over by a different person. But
As
who
long
knows? It's
as
Hollywood.
this is the thing I have about Doctor Who. It was that thing of change is always a part of the show, and it's a similar setup with James Bond. Someone else
Yeah.
bringing their new energy and creativity to the character, and
Yeah.
to me, each incarnation of Bond has his own unique style. That's why people go, "Oh no, I like Sean Connery. No, I like Roger Moore. I like Tony Dalton." But the thing is, that's the point. The point is change, and the thing is, I liked Daniel Craig's presence in his movies. I like the fact. I mean, look at him right there. He's got this eye. He's the way he's eyeing people up, and it's all very. Would you agree that his Bond is less about the showmanship of the gadgets and more about his persona, and he's more reserved? Is that what would you
Yeah,
what would you say?
I would say so. I mean, his version of Bond has been, like you say, less about the gadgets, although he has got some traditional style Bond gadgets like the Aston Martin with the machine guns coming out and so on. But it's not over the top gadgets. Some of the earlier incarnations obviously had tripwires coming out of watches and exploding pens and stuff like that.
Well, they made that big point, didn't they? I seem to remember Daniel Craig when you first started it. What was the first movie he did now?
It was Casino Royale.
That's it. And he made a point where someone said, shaken, not stirred. And he went, who gives a damn or something?
Yeah, he did say, because he said he mentioned what he wanted in the drink, and then he's taken a sip of it, and he says, I really should come up with a name for this. So it's kind of like precursor to vodka martini shaken, not stirred. He just called it a drink and said, just give it a quick shake or whatever. Yeah. And then I've got to come up with a name for it. But very, very much grounded. There wasn't a lot of gadgetry used.
That's what I meant. Yeah, grounded. He seems to have brought, because he didn't want it to be like Q, rustle me up a gadget that can do this while I'm doing this while I'm doing. It was more about the nitty gritty on the ground approach.
Yeah,
exactly. Do you think that alienated some people when he first came up?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people that follow Bond from day one have expected, exotic locations, fancy cars, and crazy gadgets. A pen that explodes, a laser beam that comes out of his watch, a car that goes underwater, those kinds of things. And they're just kind of, it's what you'd expect from a super spy. He has all these things at his disposal. But this incarnation, Daniel Craig's one, like we said, it's grounded. He's more, I suppose, believable as a spy because he's from Casino Royale onwards. He was starting out as a 00, so he was still not fully trained. He was still taking risks. He was still seeing what he could do with himself and the techniques and the skills he's learned. So I do feel like he was a more believable spy. And yes, as it's gotten further into his movies, he's developed new weapons and new gadgets and stuff. But again, has stayed very, very believable as a spy. And I just think it's been a good version. So when the next regeneration happens, like Doctor who knows who we're going to get? We just don't know.
And the thing is that he's been going a long time.
He has.
I remember him being around during the 2012 Olympics.
Yeah.
So how long has he been doing it for? Since 2007, 8?
Something like that.
It's been a long time.
He's had a good run. He's had a really good run. I don't know if it's the longest run as Bond. I mean, things like like Roger Moore. I think he did like 8 movies.
Yes.
Sean Connery around the same sort of number. So he hasn't done as many movies, but I suppose the time scale, especially with No Time to Die being pushed back for best part of 2 years almost.
Yeah.
It just feels like a long time, but he's definitely made his spin of James Bond his own and a good incarnation of it.
So technically, we really do need a massive shake-up on the next one to make it more like, when people go, "Oh, it's been the same for a while now." I know it's been exciting, but the next take has got to be massively fresh and original.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, with this one, obviously with Daniel Craig's one, there's been a continuing arc between all the movies he's been in, either a recurring character or a plot line that's been fed right through.
yeah.
So there's something that's connected them. Some of the like the Roger Moore, the Connery ones, is not really much of a continuation other than
It's a standalone.
It's another mission with a different bad guy and a different villain. But these all intertwine. These current renditions, there's either a sub story or a character that's involved in the whole bunch of movies in a particular run. So it's nice to have them intertwined, and it becomes like a box set of just one particular version.
Yeah,
So,
and that makes sense because during the time frame that he's been Bond, everything's been serialized in a way of it has to have an in-universe plot, which continues on and has a thread like Marvel or whatever. And people sort of wanted it, but at the same time, Bond's always been more like standalone as time's gone by. But you have to move with the times, don't you?
Of course, yeah, of course. I just think it shows really good directing, acting, production, like you said earlier. It's the production value. It's the exotic location.
I love that. I
it's
love
the cars. It's the chases. It's the action. It's what you want.
The panning shots around the mountains, the blue seas, the when he's jumping off a bridge. You can tell it's like when Steven Spielberg or James Cameron makes something. You can tell it's attention to detail that's gone into just this one shot. It's a simple shot, but it's done in their vernacular, their style, as opposed to some people who go, get that shot done, let's go. There's attention there, and that's what makes a good filmmaker.
I think most people, it's kind of something they sort of strive to as an actor. If you get given a role on a Bond movie, it's going to be insane budgets, really amazing places to go, exotic locations, great sequences, car chases, dialogue that's really cool to say, one-liners and stuff like that. It's like the ultimate action movie. If you get given a casting role,
as a British institution, as a British film, and even a worldwide film, you've made it as an actor.
Yeah.
If you're in Bond, or if you're doing something like Doctor Who or anything that's big, you've made it because everyone is like a rite of passage for many even the songs for Bond are synonymous with each film. If you sing the song for Bond, you've made it.
To get that call, can you do our theme tune? Can you be the next Bond? It's got to be something you're never going to forget. You go down in history as one of those people.
So predictions then. What do you think of this? What do you think this film's going to be for you when you leave the theatre? Do you think you're going to be like, I feel settled now. I feel like this is finalised, Daniel Craig, and it's going to be like a closure?
Yeah, I do think. Well, I've seen a couple of interviews he's done, and he's happy with how he's done the role. I mean, I do think this is going to be a good bowing out. I'm not, obviously, I don't know what the plot line is going to be for how it ends and so on, but I do think he's going to go out in style, whether it be passing on the baton, whether it be, links to whoever's going to replace him. We don't know yet, but I'm just hopeful that he's treated with the respect that he's clearly deserved, because he's done such a good job with the role.
Yeah,
I do think he's going to, like I say, bow out gracefully. He's done his time. He's had a good run. He hasn't left when it was too soon. He's gone at the right time, and he's acted the way he wanted to make the role his. So yeah, I think when I leave the cinema, I think I'm going to be satisfied. However, with that element of where's it going to go next, it's going to be hanging over me. What are they going to do with the storyline now? What are they going to do with the character? Where have they taken this journey to the next point? I don't know, but
because I'm assuming with Bond, because obviously this is the first time it's been. Not say the first time, they've made a massive effort to make this an in-universe thing, like you said. Are they going to bookend it and then just reboot it like they always do?
I don't know. I mean, Casino Royale was essentially a reboot. When they did Daniel Craig's version, it was a reboot because he started from scratch. But I don't see the point in doing another reboot. It doesn't seem any point in.
Well, it's not a reboot as in the reboot. It's like we were saying before. When each time you change an actor, you're giving it that difference of tone, difference of that. And Pierce Brosnan, Roger Moore, they all had a different veneer with them.
Of course, yeah.
So the next veneer is going to be obviously for them. But are they going to continue on in the same universe as Bond, as he currently is?
I would assume so. I mean, all the signs point to a new female lead set in the same universe, like you said. So this female lead will take the 007 title and become the new super spy. So it'll be, a series of 4 or 5 movies with her as the main spy / actor in it. Again, they could introduce another Bond and carry on the storyline with the same back characters, but just a different actor replacing it.
This is what I'm saying, yeah.
There's that many stories they could tell. You could have, it's like the Doctor Who you mentioned, they can just keep going and going and going with a new face, but essentially new stories, just with a new version of the character. But I don't know. I think it's likely we're going to see a new female spy and have a female lead. So,
well, if they carry on, what was the lady's name in this? The one who's playing the female spy. I'm assuming she's the new 007, isn't she?
She's definitely a 00. However, it's whether she gets the 007 title. So I don't know.
Because it'd be good if they work together in this, and then she moves on with the title.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I think
Make
he's
more
going to
sense,
be literally, he retires, I guess, as a spy. He's done his time. The 007 mantle will be given to someone else because he's now in retirement. So they can write new stories with a totally new spy. Obviously, James Bond itself was Ian Fleming's character, so they're obviously limited with stuff that particular character can do.
Especially in this new era of filmmaking where they're trying to be sensitive to certain issues.
Yeah.
But that's for another story. So I hope you've enjoyed the reaction, everyone. You certainly enjoyed Davey's video. How many views have you had on that one now? Don't be shy.
Maybe over 500.
Yes, and how many views have I had? 360 odd.
This isn't a competition. Although
no, it's not a competition. You'd be winning, yes.
As ever, though, I'm always grateful for people who are viewing the content. So it goes without saying. Thank you very much to everyone who's supporting and watching and playing. It really does help.
Yeah, and this will be out as soon as it's done. So thank you for joining me, Davey. And I'm really pleased that you're a massive Bond fan, that you're getting this moment, because it's only 5 days away.
Exactly.
From coming out.
September 30th, so next Thursday. So get down the cinema and watch it.
Yeah, I don't know if I will, though, because I've got so much to do next week. Although we'll wait and see. If I do come, because I mean, there's a cinema in Blackpool I could go there.
Yes.
I'm gonna go Blackpool.
It's a great excuse for people to bond over.
Not too much bondage, though.
Oh, bondage! I get it. Yeah, clever.
Anyway, see you later, everyone.
Take care.
Bye.